Hey, Randy.
Hey, Ron. How are you doing?
I'm good.
This is back doing a podcast like we always do, 12 inches apart from one another.
You're real.
Yeah. Welcome to the podcast on YouTube.
How many videos have you done since I've been moving to Russia?
I don't know.
337.
27 probably. We'd have to look. When did you stop working and then just start packing? Like, when was your last video?
It feels like 2 years ago, but I think it was about a month.
About a month ago.
I think maybe less than a month. It's been a few weeks.
All right. I probably have 20.
20.
Maybe. I don't know.
I feel a bit rusty. I gotta set up. This is the new studio space, and I just threw this up to do a little podcast.
Yeah.
But I guess my first question is, what is YouTube? Because it's been a while.
It's on the internet. It's kind of like
it's what the kids are
MySpace.
doing. Is it
Yeah.
Is it an app you put on your phone? Like, it goes on your phone.
It's an application. Yeah, you can download it and put it on a variety of devices, including but not limited to a Kindle Fire.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, it's an Amazon product.
That's great.
Amazon taking care of you. I actually got. I wouldn't say accused, but I was told that I push Amazon too much.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Amazon HD, sign up for free, and you get 3 months. And if you,
it's 4 months now.
4 months.
They're putting the full court press on like Spotify. Everywhere.
Well, now I feel like you're pressuring me.
No,
can you back off on the Amazon?
Only reason
Why are we talking about Amazon so much? I'm just messing with you.
The only reason I say this because it is the most affordable way to get into high res music.
Have you strayed from Amazon? I mean, is it your primary?
Yes, it is still my primary, but yeah, I've been checking them all out, especially Tidal,
Qobuz.
Even Spotify. I just signed up for another Spotify account. Thanks Spotify for sending me a free account.
I gotta remember the lenses down there. Hey guys, yeah. So
I'm gonna look at that one. All right,
you look up there. I'll look down there.
I'm gonna look into camera number 2. Thanks Spotify.
There is no camera number 2. In all seriousness, it's good to be back. This is my good friend Randy, and I am Ron. Welcome back to what is the name of our show?
It's the Ron and Randy audio podcast Petting Zoo Hour.
Petting Zoo Hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's where we review different barnyard animals that can be utilized into a petting zoo.
Okay, I like that. So
and we take one through from inception all the way to the end of, I want to start a petting zoo. This is what it's going to take.
These are the steps.
Yeah.
To set up the petting zoo.
Insurances.
Do you need gates?
Waivers.
Oh, I guess I'm talking about gates. You're talking about insurance.
No, and you can just put like a sign up that says
will the gates work instead of insurance?
If the goat bites the fingers off your children, you cannot sue us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun.
Not really. It can be a real mess initially until you get the animals tranquilized just perfectly.
Well, that's awesome. Besides that, what else do we talk about?
I don't know.
What? I was trying to spin this into
Come
Andrew.
on, Ron. Let's talk about audio stuff.
He sounds like Christopher Walken. That's so good. It's a great impression. All right, so catch me up to speed.
It was wildly unpopular in the video. Somebody said it sounded exactly like Christopher Walken was in my room right after he had a stroke.
Everyone's a critic on YouTube.
Yeah.
I love the comments. I mean, they're a bundle of fun, you know. You okay?
No, I got stuff to just carry on.
Are you working right now?
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
Oh, it's a little baby.
Little baby with Randy in it.
That's cool.
Look how skinny I was.
Who is that guy? If you ever shave your beard, you are not allowed to come over here because that's a weird looking man. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the rustic Randy.
Do we have any plan to this, or did we just sit down on a small table, get 2 feet from each other, and then start talking to them?
The good news is we haven't talked in about a month, so we should be able to talk about a lot of stuff.
Okay.
But I think that a good place to start is we moved to Texas.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm in Texas now.
Yeah, we're in the same room.
Yeah, we're in the same room.
This is not camera trickery.
This is going to be a lot of fun. And I don't know if this will be the official setup for future podcasts. We just wanted to do this. Randy was kind enough to drive out here. It's about a hour and a half to 2 hour drive.
Yeah.
And,
depends on traffic.
Yeah, it depends on. So we'll figure out what we're going to do. But nonetheless, I want to set this up. And I set up my listening. almost set up my listening room. It's a bit of a disaster right now.
Yeah. No, it's not. I wasn't agreeing that, yes, it's a disaster.
It is a disaster. It's a little bit messy right now. So it needs a little bit of love, but I'm getting used to the sound of the room, and then I'm going to start treating it and kind of go from there and bring the guys on.
Interesting concept we talked about is you started hanging room treatments on the wall, and I don't really know what that is.
Day one.
To me, that's like the mats that you get for your kids to do gymnastics, and then Ron cuts them and then just puts them on the wall.
That's what I do.
So
I go to local gyms and I just I break in at night and I take
go back to the dumpster, see what got tore up or wet.
I never thought about dumpster diving. I just break in, and I should probably try the dumpsters first so I don't get myself in legal.
Either way.
Treatment,
and then you're like, but Randy, maybe I should just listen to the room first. And it was a very interesting conversation that we started having about that.
Yeah. So day one, I started throwing up treatment as if I know what the room is going to sound like. Yeah. And it was late at night. I set everything up, and then I just sat down and I was like, what the hell am I doing right now? Like, what am I doing? Like, this doesn't make any sense. I don't even have any idea what this room actually sounds like. And a lot of the stuff that I have learned about acoustic treatment, I learned while I was in the last house. So this is the first time where I'm applying everything that I've learned. And I realized, like, I'm doing this completely backwards. Like, I need to know what to treat. In order to know what to treat, I need to listen to the room, and I need to spend some time with it. So I, set all the treatment to the side, set up the speakers, got everything kind of positioned. I've been listening to the new Andrew Jones Unify reference, the the towers.
Now, who's Andrew Jones again?
He makes salsa.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I think he's moving into sour cream next, but he does make a killer. You want to do the British flavor. I think he does original and British. If you do the original, that's him trying to make actual salsa, and it's a hot mess, I gotta say. I like Andrew a lot, but the British flavor is where it's at.
Yeah, they went completely out of business. They're trying to move some 55-gallon drums of salsa. Actually, they sponsored the Unify video. They're like, get these out.
He went big. Andrew goes big.
Go bigger. Yeah, it's
go big or go home.
I found it, really disappointing that, British speaker, designer, engineer was so bad at making salsa.
Yeah. The British, it works as ketchup. So if you have hot dogs, you have a 55-gallon drum of ketchup. It's like a year's supply of ketchup.
Can you imagine having, I don't know if you're familiar with 55-gallon drums, but let's say you have a 55-gallon drum of 10W30 oil.
Yeah.
And then on the top, you have this crank thing, right?
Yeah.
So just imagine Andrew Jones going out into his garage with a big bowl of tortilla chips.
Yeah.
Done. And then he walks in.
Done. I think we'll have a bit of tea now. Yeah.
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 I don't know what we're talking about.
And some biscuits. I feel like we can talk about Andrew Jones salsa for the rest of this podcast, but let's not. I've been listening to the towers.
It's completely false. There is no such thing as Andrew Jones salsa.
There is no. Yeah. Welcome to the podcast where we don't talk about.
Yeah, I just make stuff up that's absurd.
Yeah.
Camera 2. Make stuff up that's absurd.
Absurd. Yeah.
I feel like I move around way too much for you. Like, you're always just buttoned up right there, and I'm knocking stuff off my desk, and yeah. It's
okay, dude. I gave you some elbow room. There's some elbow room here. Well, there goes Randy. This is impressive. That's never going to work. Oh, it did. Look at that. That might be our thumbnail.
Oh, God.
Impressive. Gosh. I want to get this life size and just have it there the whole time.
Yeah. I don't know if I agree. I don't know if this looks like me. From certain angles, it looks like me.
Yeah. It's Ron Perlman mixed with you.
Yeah.
Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
You were in a motorcycle gang, and you did a show about it.
I wasn't in a gang. I did have a motorcycle. Cycles.
It's not a gang. They get offended if you call it a gang. It's a club.
Yeah.
It's a club. It's not a gang.
Of criminals.
Yeah, club of criminals, also known as a gang. Right.
Potato. Semantics.
So, Yeah, move to Texas, set the listening room, have this as a new studio space, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to learning YouTube all over again.
Yeah, I think you kind of like a bike. You
Just
set
get back
some
on
stuff up and then go for it.
Yeah.
What are you gonna? So the Unify
will probably
next review.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm gonna simmer that for a little while because I have the bookies. I have the bookies just in case. I have the bookies as well.
Yeah.
And I have the towers. So I have the towers and the bookies.
Yeah. Well,
every time I say bookies, he wants to punch me in the face.
I don't know what it is about it, but it seems like that and kick drum. Kick drum, those are the two things that just, it's like fingers down a chalkboard.
Kick drum? What's wrong with kick drum?
That's not what
it's called a kick drum.
No, it's a bass drum.
Yeah, but you kick it. Yeah, it's a okay.
I don't know. It's I don't know what to say.
Randy used to be a drummer.
Yeah. Actually, I got the kid out into the upstairs listening room.
I heard the 16-year-old loves that idea.
A lot of fun because I took her door off the hinges because we see eye to eye in a lot of things, and her behavior matches up with what my expectations are.
You guys were thinking what needs to happen is that door needs to come off.
Her idea.
She wants less privacy.
Yeah.
And so do you. So
yeah. So I took the door off.
This is dad talk. Every dad out there is like, oh, we know what's going on.
So the door's off the hinges, and I move it out there. Ava wanted me to move it out there.
Yeah.
And so, of course, I sit down and just started hammering away at the drums.
Hey, should I hit the record button?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What? There's a lot of blue lights on here. I feel like this is a child's toy.
This is just me being silly. So we just have something because I knew that this was just going to be fading into nothing, and so we have some little Star Trek-y lights.
That is true, right? If you watch any science fiction show, in the background is just a wall of LEDs that are blinking back and forth.
And there's the ASR sound robot in the back doing like this. That's where they got him. They got him on a Star Trek set, and then he does their measurements for him. And he makes that noise.
I got a little testy about some stuff.
You did?
Yeah, on the comments.
Oh, the old YouTube comments.
Yeah, I did a review of a brand new product, SMSL. I messed this up every SMSL SU8S.
Great model name.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy to remember.
Rolls right off the tongue.
Yeah.
And anyway, someone made a comment about DACs or snake oil.
Oh, is that so?
Apparently.
We're going to reduce DACs. All DACs are snake oil now.
It's all snake oil.
Yeah, okay.
Well, the thing about it is I've burned through a lot of DACs. Like in the last probably 2 months.
A ton.
I've listened to a ton of them. And I have a R2R DAC. And actually, I have two R2R like DACs. I have the Denafrips Aries 2.
Yeah.
And then I have the Shit Bifrost.
Yeah.
And so I've listened to, AK DACs, Sabre DACs, Burr Brown DACs, R2R DAC now, and then the Shit DAC. And like, to me...
The Bifrost 2?
I don't know if it's the 2 or what. It's the Bifrost something.
Okay.
And like, to me, there's like, the differences are like obvious.
Yeah.
Obvious.
It's not subtle.
I won't even like look at what chipset is in the DAC until after I listen to it. And then I think, okay, I think this is an AK chipset. And sure enough, the majority of the time I was right. Now with Sabres, I kind of have like a problem. Like, I'm like, is that an AK? Because it's not as aggressive as the AK chips are. But the AK chips, almost every time I can pick them out.
Yeah.
And so the commenter alluded to that in blind tests, no one can pick them out. And this is all just smoke and mirrors. It's no big deal. And I kind of took I was tired. And so I kind of popped off at him. I'm like, no. And he also alluded to measurement.
Did he mention so he mentioned ASR?
Yes, he mentioned the ASR and some other things about measurements, and this DAC measures this way and this DAC measures. And my point is like the R2R DACs probably don't have the best measurements as far as like signal to noise ratio. I don't even know dynamic range or whatever. But I'm like, it doesn't matter because I'm listening to Aries 2. And to me, and I've said this and the review's not even out, but the Denafrips Aries 2 is, to me, one of the most important pieces of equipment I've ever heard in my life. I'm not talking about since the channel started. I'm just talking about in general.
So there's a moment in your reviewing career, let's call it that, where this is like, oh, and now everything changes.
It's the most significant piece of equipment I've ever listened to.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's a pretty strong statement.
That is a very strong statement. R2R.
R2R. And what it has,
where it's at.
Is what it's really done. And I don't know, because that's the only R2R DAC that I've spent time with. Yeah. So I don't know if we can make a blanket statement to say all R2R DACs are better or significant to me. But this was a piece of equipment that completely changed the paradigm of how I view audio.
Yeah.
Where I used to think speakers, amps, and then maybe source. And now I'm like, it's source changing. And I'm just like, whoa, like to me, because I listened to it on a variety of different amps. And I didn't want this to turn into be a review of the Aries 2, but so I listened to it on Class D, listened to it on solid state AB and stuff that I know. And it had the same effect on everything, and a very strong effect. And speakers that I used to think were fatiguing or too intense on the top.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they're like, I forgot what speaker I was listening to.
Really?
Like, whoa.
Really?
Clips RP500M.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very, 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 very impactful. And some of my patrons have already purchased this product, and the feedback I've gotten from all of them has almost been universally the same.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're not the only one that's like, okay, there's really something going on here.
Yeah.
It's not like you're pushing Amazon.
No, I'm pushing Denafrips from.
How much is that DAC? 12 hundo?
No, 7.
Really?
775.
I'm gonna open those doors up. It's getting warm in here.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, 700.
775, depending upon. Okay, so they're based out of Singapore. It's a Chinese company, but it's distributed out of
Vishine. Yeah, Vishine Audio. Yep.
Out of
Alvin.
Singapore. Yeah, Alvin, very nice guy.
Hey, Alvin. Super nice guy.
Thanks for sending me the Denafrips Aries too.
You're looking into the monitor. It's driving me crazy.
Well, I don't know how this works. I can't even see the camera.
I can't either.
Am I new to this?
Yes. Into the black abyss.
I don't know how to do all this stuff. I just turn on a camera and start talking.
What is YouTube?
I don't know.
Is it an app?
I don't even know. Like someone was mentioning like Twitch. I'm like, what is Twitch?
Should we be twitching?
No, I don't even know what it is. I just learned how to do the Instagram thing.
That's fun. You just post pictures. I hate Instagram.
Yeah.
My wife does on my Instagram.
I do it because I guess I'm supposed to.
Like, yeah, you just put a image out on the line.
Speaking of Instagram, I was talking to a guy. He's like, "Yeah, I've got like 20,000 Instagram followers." And I was like, "Okay, so like, what does that do?" And he kind of paused. He's like, "Nothing.
Nothing. Really. No, it doesn't do anything. It's just pretty cool." I'm just I don't know if you know this, but I'm a pretty big deal.
On Instagram.
So
what does that mean?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No.
And I was like, okay, so obviously I should really be putting a lot of time into Instagram.
Okay, so Aries. Denafrips, awesome. Big moment.
Yeah.
We were talking about a YouTube comment.
Yeah.
You've heard it. Clear, defining moment. Others have purchased this now, and they're saying, yeah, this thing is legit. There's something going on here.
Well, and the comment that I keep getting over and over about it is this is special, and I can't quite put my finger on it. Those are the two things. It's special. I can't put my finger on it. For me, it was a soundstage, openness, a realism.
Yeah.
Being rich while being detailed at the same time. It's just... I can't really, and I've really got to do a good job of kind of trying to peel back and formulate my thoughts on it.
Yeah.
It's just special. And that's the only thing I can say right now. It's the most special component I've ever listened to. price is $775. There is a discount code that he gave me because I was like, can we do a group? I literally an hour into it, I'm like, can we do a group buy of this?
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure it out. So he gave me a little bit of a discount code.
Well, that's cool of him.
For 20 people. And there's been 6 people that have gone ahead and
taken advantage of it.
And I haven't even put the review out. I talked to my patrons about it. So anyway, very important product to me.
Awesome.
DACs are not snake oil.
No.
I mean, come on. Really?
No.
DACs are snake oil?
No. Yeah, and the thing about it is I don't even want to blame ASR for that comment. I think what actually happens is close to something that Andrew once said to me about measurements in general. And he's like, measurements are rarely the issue. It's the people that are looking at the measurements that become the issue. Like, they don't even really know what it is that they're looking at. They don't fully understand it. And then they just make a conclusion based on maybe a paragraph that was written by somebody that might have a more broad understanding of the measurements, but they just read a paragraph and they think like, oh, okay, well, apparently this is all snake oil. And it's like, not so fast.
Yeah, I just don't know how anybody could say that if they go buy a $10 or $15 DAC, off of Amazon. Am I looking at the right camera? Camera 2. Amazon.
That's it. Camera 2's over there. That's a camera up there.
So if you buy a $10 DAC off of anywhere, and then you buy even, I don't know, $200 DAC, and then listen to them. I mean, they're I keep hitting the thing.
No, you're fine, dude.
There is a difference.
There is a difference, yeah.
And it is not insignificant.
Well, and for me, it's like I believe in measurements. Like, I care about measurements enough to approach it and try to learn it and try to figure it out. But I never let that decide for me whether or not I enjoy the product.
You listen first, right?
I have to listen first.
Yeah.
And especially because, listen, I don't even know how to measure a DAC. So that's out of my wheelhouse. But speaker measurements, I have a pretty good understanding of. And what I like to do is set up speakers, get used to them. And then in my head, I'm trying to figure out, what do I like? What am I noticing? What am I hearing? And then I'm trying to formulate in my mind,
what do I think the response curve looks like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what is the waterfall going to look like? And what is a horizontal going to look like? And what is a vertical going to look like? And then I go and measure, and sometimes I'm right, and often I'm wrong. Often it's like, oh, I was way off, and then I start trying to peel the onion backwards from there. Like, well, what the heck is going on here,
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun, man.
Well, I think one of the interesting things is, people reference distortion.
Yeah.
Often. When it comes
with DACs and things like that.
With DACs and amplifiers.
Yeah.
And there was a great podcast that John Darko did, and he interviewed the engineer behind the phono amp for, was it PS Audio?
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
And anyway, it was a very interesting podcast. And this podcast is very, I guess, detailed. So it's really for the people that are really interested in it and kind of doing a deep dive.
Yeah.
And it's an hour.
Okay.
Or even more. And the comment that resonated with me the most was the guy was talking about negative feedback loops.
Yeah.
And if you put enough negative feedback loops, you can get the distortion down to nothing. Even just fractions of a percentage. And he's like, I did that. And then we listened to it and it sounded like garbage.
Yeah. And then we started going back the other way.
And then so it's like you have to include some distortion. Otherwise, it just doesn't sound good. So
sure. Absolutely. And this is true in almost every great designer that I've ever heard talk, they say something similar to that. Nelson Pass is a great example of it. Sometimes I use distortion because it can be beautiful. It's just how I use it and how I work with it and how I manipulate it.
And that's the real art to it, right?
And that's the real art to it, yeah.
Because if this was all about measurements, why do we need designers?
Right, we don't. Yeah.
Put something in, run it through some type of computer program. And then
the sound robot.
You get the sound robot,
and
then you'll figure it out. And then, all right, send it over to somebody, have them make it and spit it out.
Yeah.
But it is not just about the measurements.
It's also art.
It is, and I would say the art, which may be the last 5% or 10% of the tweaking, is really the majority of the musical experience and the musical enjoyment.
Yeah.
But regardless, this is all subjective.
Yeah.
So that would be like me saying, I know, okay, I have measured this chocolate cake.
Yeah.
This chocolate cake measures perfectly. And I'm going to be the one that determines what perfect measurement looks like.
Yeah.
I say this cake measures perfectly. There's another cake that measures very similarly. So we're going to go ahead and recommend that one too. All the while, someone may not even like chocolate cake.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is.
Right.
Someone may want some, I don't know, cream cheese stuffed in there or whatever it is,
Yeah.
right?
I think Darko likes that.
Yes, I think he does.
Yeah.
German. It's big over in Germany.
Yeah.
So we have somebody that is telling us, number one, what is good.
Yeah.
For us personally, in a subjective hobby. And I think that is irresponsible.
Yeah.
Completely irresponsible to assign what someone should like.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, yes, there may be similarities between what good sounding speakers or the harmony curve or whatever it is, or distortion or anything like that. But to have somebody be able to assign that this is a worthy product without understanding what somebody even enjoys listening to is absurd.
Yeah.
To me.
I think it is too.
Completely absurd.
Yeah, we're on the same page. I do not disagree with you.
And now a message from our sponsor.
You know what's amazing? Who is our sponsor today?
Our sponsor today is Black T-shirts. When you want to look cool and you're in your 40s, go get yourself some black T-shirts.
Get yourself a black T-shirt.
Yeah.
You look like a bum right now because you're not wearing a black T-shirt. How much did DMX charge you for that shirt?
I paid him like $75.
Hey, Douglas.
Doug had a really good video the other day talking about...
All of Doug's videos are good.
Well, this is true. Talking about kind of like the financial parts behind YouTube and what it's like, how he makes his money.
Like getting paid, yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
It was very interesting.
Yeah, yeah. What was the big takeaway from it?
That we're going to have to... Hold on. That there's a variety of different ways that the money can come in. That it is a lot more work than people probably think it is.
Yeah. People think we're just getting paid by YouTube, and that's all that we need. And
yeah,
no.
Well, and it's different, and that one can do this full time, and most people. I think most people in Doug's position and in my position for sure want to eventually do it full time.
Push, right.
But it's a ton of work.
It is.
It is a ton of work, and I think that's what's lost on a lot of folks.
It's time-consuming work as well, like the editing and...
Well, and even the evaluation of the...
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
I'm talking days, weeks, sometimes months.
And you bust through faster than anybody that I know. Like, I really have to simmer things. I can't just set up a pair of speakers and go, yeah, I think I know. Like, I try to really spend time.
I am a maniac.
You are a maniac.
When it comes...
Period?
I'm a very obsessive about things.
But you are handsome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So it is not like I am, I turn it on and then I do the review. People don't understand. And I think my channel has grown, I literally, when I wake up, I do whatever I need to do for the family in the mornings. I do my real work, and any available moment I have, I am either working on
going back
YouTube, I'm working on building speakers, or sometimes I get a break and then I get to go mow the lawn.
Yeah.
And then I go do all my other stuff, and then sometimes I'll sit down with my wife to watch a show, and then I go back in the office, I do more stuff, and then I go to bed. And before I even go to bed, I put headphones on or earbuds, and I'm listening to a DAC, or I'm listening through Rune or whatever it is before I go to sleep. People are, hey, have you seen this video? I haven't, because I don't even get to watch YouTube really anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to say that as, I'm so busy or whatever, but I devote every moment I have to doing this.
You're a dad.
I'm a
kids.
dad.
I mean, that's a big thing. It's like my listening room, as you can see, it had to be last because I've got to set up rooms. I've got to put up beds. I've got to help hang stuff on the walls. I got to do all this stuff. It's like, you're a dad, dude. I get it.
Yeah.
There's busy work there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So it's, anyway, I don't even know why I got off on that tangent.
That's okay. I forgot what we were talking about, but it was awesome.
Probably ASR and measurements and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
One more thing on that.
Yeah. We were talking about DMX and money, and then yeah. Anyways.
So going back to any online personality.
Yeah.
Whether it be me, you, ASR.
Yeah.
And whoever it is I think what can happen is if people have strong opinions about it and then they have an audience, oftentimes those ideas are, number one, accepted as being absolutes. And then number two, those ideas are repeated. Well, so-and-so said this, or so-and-so said this. And I think the real danger behind that is not experiencing and coming up with one's own conclusions about things. Contempt prior to investigation. Yeah. And I am wrong and can be wrong for somebody else. Sure. My taste, my take, my ears on something, and I try to take as much bias out of it as I can, but I can definitely be wrong. Yeah. Don't take my word for it. Go out and listen to it. But the thing that I personally have had to learn is I cannot have contempt prior to investigation. Yeah. Because if I do that, I could be missing out on a whole world of wonderment.
Yeah. Experience. Yeah. No, it's good, man. That's solid.
I feel like I've been talking a lot, Ron.
No, dude. It's funny. I was sitting here across from the table from you, listening to you, and I realized how much you've grown since I've known you. In confidence, in just speaking with authority. Do you want to hear a really cool story?
Sure.
I'm going to gloat about you. Well, I'm not going to gloat about you. Somebody that you don't know. So let me explain what happened. Okay. I had the Zen Blue. Yeah. As I was moving, one of my friends, his friend, needed a streamer. Mm-hmm. And I was like, here you go. Here's a killer streamer. I don't need this.
It's a Bluetooth receiver, but you can
Bluetooth receiver. Bluetooth receiver.
Bookies.
Yep. Go with your bookies. Plug it into your bookies. You don't even need an amp.
Plug it straight in.
Straight in. It's going to sound great.
Yeah. Put it in the port.
So I give it to my buddy, and then he gives it to him, right? Yeah. That guy has a friend that came over to his house and was hanging out with him, listening to his system, right? Non-audiophile, just hanging out, whatever. And it's like, oh, hey, that's cool. I saw that on YouTube or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, and he's like, yeah, my buddy, a buddy of a buddy, but Ron is moving to Texas, and he just gave it to me. Super nice guy. And he's like, he's moving out to Texas, and he's going to be the cheap audio man. He actually knew both of us and watches our channels. Wow. So cool. I was like, I've never even met this guy. He's really neat.
That's pretty awesome.
You're YouTube famous.
I guess.
You have 20,000 followers on Instagram?
No, I have like 500.
Son of a...
500, 600. I don't know.
You need to work on that.
I know. I do. I need to put some time and effort into it.
Yeah.
I got 27,000 subscribers, though.
Dude, you're almost at 30K.
Almost. It's really fizzled out, though. I think people have finally figured out how much of a fraud.
Maybe you should start a new channel. See if you can.
Actually, it's funny that you mentioned that. Is Ava?
You would be the guy that would forget how to log into YouTube.
I would be.
You're like, oh no, I gotta start a new channel.
What is my
honey?
password?
What is my password?
Messman one. I shouldn't even say my last name. 1, 2, 3, 4 password.
Yeah, right.
No, Ava was like, hey, I want to make a YouTube video. I want to have a YouTube
that
channel.
Is so awesome.
I'm like, okay. She's like, what do we need to do? I go, well, first we need to make a video.
How old is Ava?
She's 8.
Yeah.
And I said, she said, okay. I go, what video do you want to make? She goes, I want to show people how to make slime. I'm like, perfect.
How to make slime. Perfect.
And so we put up the thing and filmed her and everything.
Got her on YouTube.
She's not on YouTube yet. She wanted to do a practice run.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, that is awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I have one video, it's unlisted, of Georgia reviewing a tape measure, and it is the cutest dang thing.
That is awesome.
It's before she could even talk, and she's like pulling out, and she's like blah 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 blah, and then she lets it go, and she's like blah. It's just like the cutest thing. She just keeps playing with this tape measure. And at the end, I start talking. I was like, "So, what do you think of the product? Do you recommend it?" She's like, "No."
horrible.
Terrible.
No.
Yeah.
Go out and just use your cubit. Do a cubit.
Yeah.
Which incidentally is the measurement from
Here
your elbow to the tip.
with the cubit.
Yeah.
What's really happening right now is Randy's making fun of my speaker measurement or speaker placement. Practices.
No, it was a red light, and I thought it was like a laser pointer. I'm like, what is that?
It's an electronic tape measure.
Very dismissive. You go, it's electronic. It's electronic tape measure. That's exactly what you sound like.
That's what I sounded like, exactly like that.
You're like, it's an electronic tape measure. Have you never heard of this?
That's not... I want to slap you right in the face right
And then I was like... And it's really cool, right? And I'm moving it around and it's changing and everything. And I was like, I just do this. And I put my hand on top of the speaker and I was like, yeah, that's about okay. And then I'd put the hand on the other speaker.
I get it down to...
Good enough.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Yeah.
It's just differences.
Yeah.
It all sounds yummy.
Yeah. One of us does it right and the other way is a
That's right.
clown.
Yeah.
Which one is which? I'll let you guys decide.
I think there's room for both.
There is room for both, man.
Yeah, there's something in the middle that's probably good. John did a good job on these, huh?
Dude, John is the man.
Yeah.
He sent us a dish towel.
Oh, really?
In the kitchen? Yeah, you should take a look at it before you leave. It's really cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Does it have a picture of you on it?
It says, turn it up. This is my jam. And it shows 2 jam jars. It's really cool. Really cute.
He's very
Sarah
talented.
loved it. She's like, that's
Very
so
talented.
awesome. She needed some, so.
Yeah. Good enough.
Yeah,
What
man.
else? What else? Lookies.
Don't ask me. I got nothing, dude. We can talk about unpacking boxes, but
Yeah.
I'm
you should do some, the very...
I hate I refuse to do unboxing
No,
videos.
they're very popular.
No, I hate them.
Yeah.
Let me open the box.
Yeah. Here's the instructions.
Let me open the box. This is me doing an unboxing.
Is that Al Pacino?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's spooky.
Yeah. It's something.
No, the unboxing videos. Kids love them.
Yeah.
I did one.
Would you didn't while I was gone?
No, I don't know. I did the high V kit.
I'm gonna unsubscribe from your channel.
No, it was
I did see that. It was actually funny.
Making fun
because
of
it was
unboxing.
like, and here's a baffle, and here's a baffle, and here's another one. It was funny. It was actually really good. You were sweating. And
it was horrible. The
boxes.
Kids are fighting over cereal.
That's right.
Put the Pomeranian in the box.
Oh, that's right. It was great. No, that was actually really good.
Hank's Pomeranians. I've opened up the wrong box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do that from time to time.
What?
Open up the wrong
animals
box.
in boxes?
Is that what you do? I thought they were really from Hank's. Is there not a Hank's in Texas?
No, Hank's is fake. There is no Hank's free range Pomeranians. Just like
you got me.
Port Lube was some
I've been waiting for him to return my
Yeah.
email, and now it all makes sense.
Yeah, it just goes into
oblivion.
I got a catch-all email. It's a Hotmail account.
I like
AOL.
that. You got me.
Yeah.
So
What's wrong with you?
nothing. What is next for you?
I don't know. There's been the Unify has like taken up an enormous amount of
I haven't seen the review,
time and
so
effort.
give me the Cliff Notes.
Most neutral speaker I've heard. Better bass tone and texture, better bass presence. Not necessarily
From the Unified 2.0?
From the Unified 2.0, 52s.
Okay.
And it's not
He
necessarily...
moved in the right direction.
For me, yeah. It's to better, deeper soundstage. Bass is not significantly different from a, like, audible perspective.
Yeah.
But I'm noticing as I'm listening to it, and I put the 52s up there, so I'm A-B'ing them. I noticed from a bass perspective, I could feel the bass. Like,
moving more air. Makes sense.
moving more air.
6.5, right?
6.5 inch.
That's what everybody has been waiting for. Do a Unify with a 6.5.
Well, and the funny thing is...
Andrew, I told you this like 5 years ago. I was like, you need to put a bigger giant. People will love it. He's finally listening to me.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay.
As if Andrew needs my help.
What was I going to say?
I forget. You can feel the bass.
Okay, feel the bass. And so if you put the 52s up and you listen to them, you're like, oh my gosh, that's great. It's fantastic. Super neutral. And then you put the reference up. But if you listen to them like separately by themselves, they're both fantastic. But it's when you A-B them, like right after the A, there is a difference.
Yeah.
And it's, I think it's clarity. I think it's richness. I just think I feel like there's more maturity that I couldn't hear it on the 52s. Like, oh, I wish this was more mature or clear or deeper or whatever it is. But it's when I put them next to each other. Like, I think if you listen to either one by themselves, you're going to be blown away.
Yeah.
But it is like, I think the differences are getting so small that it really takes one after the other to determine, oh, okay, I really do hear a difference. Both are spectacular. Now, I do feel like the reference took a lot less shorter time to open up.
Yeah.
Compared to the UB52s. I felt like the 52s took a longer break-in, and I know people don't believe in that. Some people don't, but
break-in, yeah.
But it for me, it's been a reality.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, with the towers, I experienced similar things as to what you're saying. I haven't gone back to do any kind of A/B or anything like that. I've only had them playing. But I want to say like day 2, I noticed I was unpacking. Music was playing. I wasn't in the driver's seat. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, I love that.
You're talking to me now. Yeah. And so I went and I sat down and I started listening. And I was like, okay, you're starting to...
snapped you out of what you're doing.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah, that is like one of the most exciting parts of listening to a piece of equipment.
Yeah.
And
pulls you out. You're like, well,
yeah.
Hello there.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for you. Yeah.
Yeah, the Unify reference for me was a product and is a product that got me to just listen.
Yeah.
And enjoy.
Yeah.
And I don't want to change tracks. I just want to listen.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I know that it's just a matter of, I'm curious to see how they measure compared to the 2.0s to see if he did in fact change the voicing a bit. I'm dying to find out what he did and how he did it.
What are the measurements on the 50? They're just dead.
Very, very good. But I'm saying that with a disclaimer. At that price point, what you typically see, it's good. It's good. Great fall away, natural fall away on the vertical plane as well as the horizontal plane. Spectral decay was really clean. Really good.
Yeah.
Within 2 dB. So yeah, I mean,
that's pretty spectacular,
yeah,
right?
Pretty dang good.
One of the things, so I've been massively involved in DIY speakers. So the XLS Encore, and the CSS Crichton, and I adore both of those speakers. And they have a bit of flavor, though.
Sure.
The Encore, I feel like, is a little bit more exciting on top.
A little more clear, yeah.
Crichton is monumental bass clarity and
punch,
wonderment, right? Both are completely jaw-dropping for different reasons.
Yeah, sure.
Unify was right in between them.
Right in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It had characteristics of both of those speakers. Okay. And it was a very nice factory speaker to hear, because up to that point I was kind of like, if you really want to get the best experience for your money. Now, granted, the money that you have to put into it in effort to finish it, or even to have somebody else finish it, you start to exceed. So when the Unify came in at $1,000 for the pair of stand mount speakers,
for the bookies, right? Just for clarification, we're talking about the bookies.
Yeah.
Randy's just having
about ready to have a stroke. Anyway, that price point, And when I first saw the price, I'm like, ugh, man, I wish it was $750.
Yeah.
I wish this was $800.
Yeah.
But then I started to think about it, and I'm like, by the time someone puts one of these together, and there's no guarantee that you're going to put them together correctly, a DIY kit. There's no guarantee you're going to get the finish correct.
Yeah.
I can 100% guarantee you're not going to get the finish right or what you want the first time.
It's not, no matter, let's get this part right. No matter what you do, it won't look as pretty as a Unify reference.
This is true.
Not a chance.
No. Unless you're a woodworking savant.
Yeah.
That has spent decades.
Peter Rawlings might get close.
Yeah.
And only Peter. Nobody else on the planet will get close. So that's true. So it's going to be a matter of aesthetically. Yeah.
Yeah. And another thing is these are so much better looking.
They're beautiful.
The 52.
Did you like the black aluminum? That was for aesthetics.
I love it.
The black.
Love it.
Kind of like that matte black look. It's pretty.
And then it's offset by kind of the chrome ring around it.
Just the beauty ring.
Very attractive speaker.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in the middle of the Crichtons, okay, that's where you landed on that. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm dying to hear those bookies. I got to get them out of the storage.
How dare you?
That's awesome, man. Very cool.
No, it's exciting.
Well, I know that there was, we're going from a stamped steel frame on the woofer to a cast frame.
Let's peel that back. What is the difference there?
Stamped steel.
No, I get the manufacturing. What is the benefits?
Benefit is going to be less resonance.
Okay.
Less problems with resonance with a cast basket.
So was the UB52
stamp?
And that's the one that has more resonance, according
to Sound Robot.
Some horrible resonances.
Sounds like Eva Cassidy is screaming. That's what the Sound Robot said.
Who's Eva Cassidy?
Some audiophile, some chick that audiophiles listen to.
Oh, it's an artist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She ever do anything?
I'm getting myself into trouble right now. No.
I like Amy Lee.
I do too. Yeah.
What's your take on corn?
Oh man, here we go. I'm gonna get myself into a lot of trouble. Also with the reference, there's the new slotted port in the front. So
you ever put a grilled cheese in that?
Yeah, that's what it's for. You can warm up grilled cheese
due to the air velocity.
Biscuits is what they do in England. Is they do some biscuits. And
interesting.
Some tea.
My neighbors across the street are from the UK.
Okay.
And
Darko lives across the street from you?
No, I wish he did.
I would egg his house. I would do it.
That.
I would. And then I'd point and laugh at him.
I would just go out to the street and like turn off his water main. Like at night. Yeah. There's somebody last night mowing their yard like at 9:15. It was pitch black out.
It was me.
I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but I have some respect for that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was I saying?
UK people in UK that live across the street.
Oh, anyway, I call my daughter Biscuit.
Yeah.
And they got a big kick out of that because like Biscuit's like cookie.
Yeah. Right.
So she got a big
biscuits.
Sarah, my neighbor from across the street.
Some biscuits and tea.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what Andrew does. He likes that.
I don't know. He's
or toast and beans and toast. I think that's like a.
Sometimes I take pork and beans and I melt some Velveeta cheese in it, cut up some hot dogs.
Well, that's the right way to do it. Meanwhile, in England, they're just putting it on toast and they think they invented something.
I'd eat it.
Yeah,
sounds delicious.
All right, man. So
I feel like we didn't accomplish anything.
We did not accomplish. This is just a typical episode of the Ron and Randy Audio Hour.
Except face to face, 2 feet apart.
2 feet apart.
Yeah.
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 But it was good.
You can smell my gingivitis.
I can smell your... No, you don't have any. This podcast is available.
What do you think of those? The 99s. No, not your wall. Your 99s. 99s. Yeah.
Oh, the Neos?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fantastic. You want to borrow them?
No. But do they sound exactly the same as the classics?
A little bit more bass and mid-bass.
Ooh.
Just a sliver.
Ooh. It's
just a little more, hey.
I really like Meze.
Yeah. They do everything right.
Yeah, I haven't heard the Empyreans? Empyreans. Have you heard them?
Bro, yeah, I did a review on them on the YouTube networks. I don't love listening to music on headphones. I loved listening to music on the Empyreans.
Yeah.
It was angels singing into your eardrums.
Is that planar?
Yes, so beautiful. And it's something unique how they do the planar. I can't remember the technology involved, but nonetheless, it doesn't.
Put a little peanut butter on it?
They put a little peanut butter on it, and it works. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I've actually kind of come full circle. So
you've been doing stupid headphone reviews.
If
you become a headphone reviewer, I will not like you anymore.
I'm never going to do that.
Thank goodness.
I'm never going to do that.
I will smack you.
I think people are missing out, and it's a different experience.
It is a different experience. Yeah. And there's a lot of advantages that I will not ignore. One is you don't need to worry about a room.
Yeah, but you also don't need to worry about soundstage and imaging
because there is none.
Yeah.
We're gonna make Valor and DMX mad right now.
I get tickled when they start talking about soundstage.
Well, it's gonna be the soundstage from the distance from the microphone, Ron. Yeah, you sound like an idiot right now, Valor.
Oh my, look at that. This escalated quickly.
That's for Valor right there.
Yeah. It's 14 inches.
He could probably pick me up and throw me over my house.
JV he's an imposing person.
He is imposing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, headphones, you've been doing a little bit more headphones.
I just enjoy it. It's a different take. It's a different flavor.
It is a different thing.
And I don't think...
You should ask for the Empyreans.
No. The same reason why I don't want to test drive a Ferrari, or the same reason I don't want to test drive a Porsche. Whatever it is.
It'll ruin you. And by the way, hey, I hope everybody that watches your channel watches this, because I'm going to give him so much stuff that you're going to be loving, and it's going to be super expensive, and I don't give a crap about, oh, you're not the cheap audio man anymore. This is what they sound like, and this is what they do. This is the gesture.
Yeah, right to left.
Yeah. I'm going to send you a bunch of cool stuff to listen to.
I should have called myself the Value Audio Man.
The Value Audio Man.
Because there is...
Start another YouTube channel.
Yeah, just start from scratch. Should be fine. Yeah.
It's just about finding the...
Like the Denafrips.
Yeah,
That is not an inexpensive piece of equipment to anybody.
But it's not a Maydac that's $5,000 or... No, is it 5?
You don't even know.
3,500? No, 3,500.
Okay.
5 or 3,500. One of those. Pick one. I think it's 35.
Either way.
38.
I think it's absolutely worth it.
Yeah.
100%.
Sure.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Like, I just think it is a very important piece of equipment. And the SMSL SU8S, I think is remarkable at $360. Like, if someone's going to go buy a $100 DAC, I mean, I said in the video, just pause, save, and spend the $360. You're probably going to end up getting something like this down the road.
Anyway.
Just cut out all the stuff in between.
Yeah.
Just get the SU8S.
Don't do the trade-up program. Just do this.
Yeah. It's,
No, I get it. And for me, it's not even like me being pompous, but it's like I want you to experience a lot of the highfalutin stuff so you can experience what I've experienced. And it's this. Sometimes it's great, and sometimes it's not.
You know what? I'm going to turn this around on you. You need to take some of my stuff home.
Yeah.
And then put it in your...
I'm totally open to that.
Put it in
You'll find diamonds, be like, wow, I didn't expect this to be so good.
And just be like, wow, this isn't nearly as far off as I thought it would be.
Yeah, I would love to. It's the same thing. Yeah, the road goes both ways. You know, it really does.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like AC electricity.
Yeah, AC electricity, which I don't know how that works. So.
It doesn't work like... Did you know, interestingly enough, that Eli Tesla and who's the guy that invented the light bulb? Benjamin
Edison?
Franklin? It's Benjamin Franklin. Thomas Edison. All right. So they were both bidding on the Chicago World's Fair. It's Franklin, right? He lived in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're both bidding on the World's Fair. And Edison wanted to do DC.
Yeah.
power, and it was just going to be, or maybe he did end up getting. Anyway, Tesla was the one that's like, no, I think Tesla did get it because it was just going to be too much. The wires are going to be too big. The light bulbs are going to be too big. And it was really just Tesla figuring out, okay, well, this is a way that I can reduce the size of the infrastructure. Very interesting. So Edison was all in on DC, and Tesla was the one that was like, yeah, we can do this a different way.
Wow.
Yeah. And then he went insane.
The more you know. The more you know.
Knowing's half the battle.
Rainbow.
Yeah, I think Tesla maybe a little crazy.
Yeah. I'm going to send you back all the shit audio stuff. I have a pair of Agers you can check out.
Uh-oh.
Freya Plus.
Well, it's good because they're
Bifrost
not sending me
2,
anything.
All balanced. Yeah. You can mess around with that
I think they are so busy.
Yeah.
They're like, we don't have anything to send you.
Yeah.
It's all going out to happy customers. Actually, someone just sent me a Bifrost.
Yeah. And my Kinky Studio EX-M1 Plus, that integrated amplifier with the big knobs.
I don't like the name of that.
I know. It's the name. Every time I say it, I cringe, and then I felt like a jerk. Didn't you say it's the guy's wife's name? It's his wife's name.
Yeah.
So he named his company after his wife, and I was like, that's really sweet. His wife's name is Kinky.
Yeah.
Kinky. But yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Awesome sauce.
I just broke Randy.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll have John put them back together again. John can build anything.
One of my videos, I put super glue on my finger and then put it on something and then held it.
That's awesome. You also held up a DAC with your teeth, which was pretty cool. That was fantastic. That was great.
Putting DACs in my mouth. I put a tube in my mouth too on one video.
Yeah.
Went like that, and then the tube.
That's great. Never a dull moment on
Cheap audio, man. Never know what you're going to get.
Are we done?
I think we probably rode this horse for about 3 or 4 miles too long.
Okay. This podcast is available on all the major platforms. That includes Spotify. Oh, I need to upload the last 2 podcasts. I haven't done that yet. Spotify.
Because of the dozens of people that are out there listening on Spotify.
Right. Spotify. Boy, it's been a while since I've done this. I forgot the spiel.
Hank's Podcast Barn.
Yep. Apple.
We finally got in there.
Podcasts.
All the different ones.
Yeah.
All of them.
Did you want to mention something about Amazon now that we're finishing the show? Did you want to push that?
Don't forget, Amazon Prime Days are June 21st and 22nd. If you're a Prime member, you're going to save a lot of money on a bunch of stuff that you don't need, but you're going to buy it anyway because you're going to get it in 3 minutes from Amazon. Delivered to you by not only our fleet of drones, but we're going to be listening to you on every conversation you have through our Echo devices. Amazon Echo. There's no secrets anymore. Amazon. We're taking over the planet. I don't even care about it.
That's the show.
You know what? If they want to listen to my idiocy going on in my house and the kids yelling at me,
that's fine.
Fine, Jeff Bezos.
Go for it.
Listen to me. I'm sure.
Welcome to my world of insanity.
I am sure.
Please send help.
I always love that.
Please send help.
They're listening to everything. So what? Are you that important?
Yeah. So what?
Bezos doesn't care about you.
Yeah. So what? All right, man. You want to finish the show doing our thumbnail?
What?
We got to do a thumbnail because I'm going to have to do a screen grab for the thumbnail. Do you want to do a thumbnail with me? That's what you... No, let's do a thumbnail. Like,
I don't know what you have in mind here. Hold on. I got to try to make myself not look fat.
Make sure you're looking into the lens.
I can't see the lens.
Here, let's get these guys out further.
What about this? Is that good right there?
Yeah. And then grit your teeth. Like me. You don't want to do that? Okay.
I don't want to do that.
I'm going to grit my teeth. All right. We're done.